I survived the coming of Gozer, New York City, 1984. Yes, we did. It's Saturday, I'm Akorn, and today we're going back when movies came on VHS, toys didn't need warning labels, and appliances didn't connect to the internet. Hit that like and subscribe, and let's get into today's show, starting with the AkornTV Weekly Puzzle. The clue is video game, and the letters RSTLNE are now showing on the board. So drop your guesses in the comments, and stay tuned, because I'll reveal the answer later on in the show. Here's what vaping looked like back in the old days. I hadn't thought of it that way, but you're absolutely right. And it really worked back in the old days too. It ain't like the new version of the stuff that they got now that's really watered down. What if you went to E.T.'s planet and all the other E.T.'s were wearing clothes? Well, that would make the movie kind of weird. Speed checked by radar. Yeah, we don't need no flock cameras, we just need radar stand and watch. Best smell ever to wake up to. Yeah, a fresh pot of coffee does smell good. I called my work this morning and said, "Sorry boss, I can't come in today, I have a week off." He said, "You have a week off?" I said, "Really? Thanks boss, see you next week." You could try that, but you might end up with a much longer vacation. You will not say, "I guess it's free," when the cashier struggles to scan an item. Yeah, if you say that these days, the new digital price tags will probably bump the price up on you. Moms now versus moms then.
That word is inappropriate.
Say that again and I'll wash your mouth out with soap.
Good job trying one bite of the dinner I made. Now you can have mac and cheese.
You'll eat what I make or you'll go hungry. That's the version I heard more often than this one, which is, "You'll eat what I make, whether you like it or not. There are starving children in the world." I heard that version too, though. Which one did you guys hear the most?
I can see you're upset. Take a deep breath and use your words.
You better stop crying, or I'll really give you something to cry about.
You can't walk around the block by yourself. I'll drive you. Text me when you need a ride back.
You want to go out? Take your bike. Be home before dark. This one is true, but with the way things are today, it really is too dangerous anymore.
I packed your bento box with almond butter on whole grain, kale chips, and an organic smoothie.
Take a brown bag with a bologna sandwich on Wonder Bread, grab a Twinkie and a Hawaiian Punch. Hey, that made a pretty good lunch. Still needed a few plain chips thrown in there though, so you could put it on the sandwich later. It's the 1900s. That's just messed up, guys. It's the 1900s, and you got caught with gum in class. Which one was it? Well, it was probably Bubble Yum or Big Red. Which one would it have been for you guys? We drank our water straight from the bathroom tap or the garden hose and survived just fine without buying it in expensive plastic bottles. Yeah, and a lot of this bottled water today is even worse than the stuff that's in the city water. And I'll be honest, guys, I don't know how people drink city water at this point because it literally just stinks of chlorine and who knows what else is in there. I have well water here where I live, and other than a little bit of sand, which just adds some extra minerals, which my whole house filter just catches most of that anyway, but it's always been good, clean tasting water, and I am thankful to have well water. No one was counting germs. We were too busy being kids. Yeah, that is very true, and we were a lot better for it too. If you never made a mixtape with one of these, don't argue music with me. I remember at one point, I used to have a whole shelf of mixtapes. Some folks drink from the well of knowledge. Others rinse and spit. Man, ain't that the truth. Some of them don't even do that much. I hankering for a hunk of cheese. How many of you guys remember this guy? I'd actually forgotten about these commercials.
Bang, bang, bang. Oh, howdy, partner. Time for timer. Do you ever get that hungry feeling after school? Boy, I do. I'm so hungry, I could eat a wagon wheel. When I'm slow on the draw and I need something to chaw, I hanker for a hunk of cheese. When my 10-gallon hat's a feeling 5 gallons flat, I got something planned, which is little cheese sandwiches. Come on! Here's a great little snack to tide you over till dinner. If you want something delicious and nutritious, cheese is a super snack. Look, a wagon wheel. When my get up and go has got up and went, I hanker for a hunk of cheese. When I'm dancing, I hold down and my boots kind of slow down, or anytime I'm weak in the knees. I hanker for a hunk of, a slab or slice and chunk of, a snacker is a winner, and yet won't spoil my dinner. I hanker for a hunk of cheese. Yahoo!
You can only save one movie. Well, I would probably go with They Live, because there's actually a lot of truth to that. Which movie would you guys choose? I remember my grandpa had one of these. Yes, I do remember these. I also remember that there was a shelf in the far back room of his house where the old 1950s washer still sat, along with a older utility sink, and there was a shelf that had a hook on it, and there was a number of skeleton keys that hung on a keychain there. And those skeleton keys still went to some of the locks that was in the house that he was living in. Here's something I came across just from this past week. Michael Jackson owns the top 3 on the Billboard's R&B streaming songs chart. Billie Jean holds at number 1 for the 12th week, Chicago climbs back to number 2, and Beat It returns to its number 3 peak. Jackson also claims 5 of the chart's 15 spots. This connects back to what we talked about a few weeks ago, about how a lot of the younger generation are now starting to go back and listen to a lot of the stuff from the 80s. American starter home style evolution. The 1970s, 1990s, 2010s, 2030s. Yeah, you're right about this one. Actually, with how bad things already are at this point, you need to have this with you just to go to the grocery store, because things are getting worse and worse every single day. Here's a commercial that I know every single one of you will remember.
Clap on, clap off, clap on, clap off, the clapper.
Let you turn things on or off from anywhere in the room. Just plug in the clapper and a television, lamp, stereo, almost anything you want to clap on and off.
Clap on, clap off, clap on, clap off, the clapper.
The Clapper is now available at all Hills department stores, Phase Drugs, and Wegman food pharmacies.
Parents, make sure you put some money aside for the future. The future. This is true, but at this point, most people are barely surviving 1 month to the next, let alone to have anything saved. You pumped till the chains went slack at the top, then you let go and figured it out on the way down. Yeah, pretty much, but it's also probably why so many of us have problems with our feet, knees, and our hip joints. Choose your own Friday night. Well, with just what's here in this photo, I'd probably go with Cheetos, Tang, and Masters of the Universe. Now, if they had grape Kool-Aid in here, I'd take it instead. I didn't really care for the strawberry. You're so funny. Thanks. I used to get my desk put in the hallway at school. How old am I? I carried one of these and called you back on this. Old enough to have lived in a far better time than today. When you just want to toast your bread, but you live in 2026. Yeah, well, right here's a perfect example. Why in the world would your toaster need to connect to the internet? It's bad enough when it was the stupid refrigerators that were doing it. I mean, what are you gonna do? Go on your phone and control the toaster from there? But then you have to walk in the kitchen to actually get the bread out of the bag and put it in the toaster? It's one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. Heck, I've made toast or even a grilled cheese using nothing but a propane torch before. Why in the world would you need a smart toaster? Do you remember Velements? I remember a mint that was similar to this, at least. They were square, but I don't remember the name of them. So I don't know if it was these or if it was something else. I could be mixing this up with something else. I'm not sure. Do you guys remember these? Me looking at the school janitor then. Ew, he touches trash. Me now. Solid job security, government benefits, only job in school that doesn't require speaking. Yeah, very true, and they usually paid pretty good. Aromatic memories unlocked. Yes, they are. You wake up tomorrow and it's 1983. What's the first thing you do? I'd go spend time with family, because ultimately, it's the only thing that actually mattered. Every mall had one, and every kid threw a penny into it. Yeah, very true. And then there was always that one kid that tried to reach in and grab some quarters without anybody seeing, and then he headed to the arcades. Our parents taught us that no was not a crisis or personal attack. It was just part of growing up and learning that the world does not revolve around you. Just another lesson that many of today's so-called adults never got taught, to say the very least. We never planned to make memories. We were just trying not to go home. Here's a short blooper clip of Bert and Ernie that I came across the other day, and I thought it was kind of funny, so I thought I'd share it with you guys.
You know, it's too bad you couldn't come to the park and play with me today, Bert.
Yeah, me too, Ernie. But I had a lot of stuff to do around here, you know.
Hey, Bert. You said me too. That didn't follow what I said, Bert. I'm sorry.
I thought maybe a friend could save it. Night, Ernie.
Me too, Bert.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's funny. Lost 17 seconds of our life just then.
The only two known authentic pirate flags. Only two authentic pirate flags from the golden age of piracy are confirmed to survive today, providing a rare physical connection to the historical buccaneers. I actually didn't know this. I thought there would have been more that were still around. You thought your friends were rich if they had one of these. Yeah, unfortunately, even back then, a lot of the times it just meant they were making payments. My wife, why are you pulling over? Me, hand me the phone. We're on the freeway. Hand me my phone. Yeah, you only got one opportunity to take that picture and only 1/10 of a mile to do it in. This was our safety briefing. Don't be stupid. Yeah, unfortunately, most of us didn't listen to that. The clue for today's puzzle was video game. Let's see how many of you got it right. The answer is Mike Tyson Punch-Out! And yeah, it's still one of the best games. If you like today's puzzle, come to the next AkornTV livestream hangout tomorrow night, Sunday, August the 9th at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where we hang out, chat, and I also host these games live and everyone joins the game in the chat room. You can search Twitch for AkornTV, or the link to my Twitch channel can be found down below in the video description. For those that missed the update on last Sunday's show, I had to cancel last week's live stream due to technical difficulties. But everything should be working for this Sunday's live stream, so looking forward to seeing everybody there. My mom taught me religion. You better pray that comes out of the carpet. Logic. Because I said so. That's why. Irony. Keep crying and I'll give you something to cry about. Wisdom. When you get to my age, you'll understand. Justice. One day you'll have kids, and I hope they turn out just like you. Share this video if your mom taught you well. Tasmanian devils have returned to mainland Australia after being extinct there more than 3,000 years. Well, if they went extinct there, then how did they bring them back? Were there still some over in New Zealand, or have they started cloning them? Who knows these days? I still like the one on the right side there better. For sale, 3 1960s security cameras. Guaranteed to miss absolutely zilch, complete with full history. When you see an absolutely cringe video, go to the comments to laugh at it, but everyone there is being nice and you realize that the problem is you. Just because there's a bunch of vegans in the comments doesn't mean there's absolutely anything wrong with you. I mean, there's something wrong with most of us, I guess, but still yet, our perspective on most things is pretty true. Daffy Duck is on every Dodge Viper. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, can you? How not to be bored in the 1980s. You messed up your sleep schedule so bad that now the dog sleeps and you guard the house. Man, I wish this wasn't true. My problem is I just can't hardly sleep any time of day. I got about 4 hours last night and the same thing the night before. And even it wasn't solid sleep at one time, is broken up all through the night. Insomnia's no joke, guys. A lost version of Gremlins running over 2.5 hours has been discovered. I saw this with a short article. I don't know if they're going to release that version or not, but yeah, apparently there's over an hour that was actually cut before its original release. The reason Gen X has bad backs is because we had 50 pounds of books in this puppy, slung over one shoulder. That is a fact check true. Phil Collins reveals the 10 songs that have soundtracked his life. I had to share this one with you guys because his number 10 pick is Taylor Swift, White Horse. Now, I've never listened to a single Taylor Swift song, unless it was on the news or whatever, stuff like that. Might have been pieces. And I have no idea what this song is about, but really? Phil, what are you doing, man? The night before a day off is more satisfying than the actual day off. That is true, because most of the time, the actual day off, you're usually working on other things. Today's air quality, 90s Ponderosa smoking section. Curly, Moe, and Larry, 3 of the greats. If you've ever heard their real life story, it's actually pretty sad though. If you acted up in class, the teacher didn't call a parent-teacher conference. She bounced a heavy wooden chalk eraser off your forehead with sniper precision, and you respected the hustle. And you respected the teacher, too. I'm this old. 1949 bathtub Nash. My kind of luxury car. I have to say, that is a pretty nice looking car. Looks like it's been restored back to pristine condition, too. Does any other Gen Xer feel like we never got the memo about PowerPoint presentations changing their name to slide decks? I never heard of this, so I had to Google it just to see what it was, but they're right. What they're now calling slide decks is just a PowerPoint presentation. Where in the world did that come from to begin with? The original Ethernet cable was 1968 Corvette yellow to distinguish it from a power cable because you literally had to drill into it to install it. I guess they didn't want people drilling into the wrong cable and finding out the hard way. Due to current food prices, the 3-second rule has been extended to 8.3 seconds. Yeah, well, with as high as groceries are right now, it's going to be a lot longer than that. Decided to pick a fight with my wife. Well, that might be one way to do it. If you peeled Campbell's soup labels and collected cereal box tops for school, ran behind your mother as she ran to the aisle that had the blue light special, played with Leg's egg as if it were a toy, if you remember busy signals, reruns, and a D battery-filled boombox weighing 53 pounds, you're not old. But you did have an amazing childhood. If you'd like to help support the channel and get some great gear for yourself, family, and friends, check out all the new designs in the AkornTV merch store. That link can be found down below in the video description. I want to thank all of you who remember to hit that like and subscribe because it really helps to support the channel. Join me tomorrow on my other channel, AkornZstash, for the latest episode of Laugh While the World Burns, which airs every Sunday. And I'll see you guys on the live stream tomorrow night. Until then, I thank you all for watching. You guys take care and stay safe this weekend. This is Akorn, over and out.